Well, I was waiting for Santiago, but he hasn't arrived yet. So let's start just you and me, okay? Bueno, guys, so this week we're going to be working on our week number 3 of the intermediate to level. So today, especially, we're going to be working on our class number 3.1. Ready? Before starting with the class 3.1, I want to include something that I forgot to include the last time, and probably you saw this time in your exercises. I would like to talk about the relative clause whom, which probably you saw it into the exercises this week. Anybody knows what is the meaning of whom? What is the meaning of that? What is the meaning of whom?
It's like a king, no?
Okay, Majo dice it's like a quien. That's it. Well, okay. Sarita.
Al cual, teacher.
Al cual. Okay, very good. Pedro, what do you think?
¿A quién?
A quien? Okay. Well, good. So whom is going to be a synonym of who plus a preposition. So when we have whom, it's like having who accompanied with another preposition. So for example, if I say to whom, in that case, it's going to be a quien. But what about if I say with whom? What is the meaning in that case? With whom?
¿Con quién?
Con quien, very good. But what about if I say from whom?
¿Para quién?
That is for whom. For
Ah,
whom,
okay.
it's para quien, very good. But from whom, what's the meaning of from?
The king?
The quién, very good. So as you can see, whom, what it does is just adapt the prepositions that we want to adapt to who. So instead of saying to who, it's going to be to whom, from whom, with whom, for whom, and all different kinds of prepositions. That's in that case, the preposition is before the whom, right? It's before. So we have the preposition and then the whom, similar to Spanish. A quién, de quién, con quién, before the whom. That is the formal way. It's a little bit more formal to do it. But the people who don't like to speak very formally, they prefer to use who and the preposition at the end. For example, if in one sentence I say, from whom I receive money, that's the correct way, the formal way, from whom I receive money. In the informal and casual way, it's going to be the same, but using who and the preposition at the end. So I would say, who I receive money from. So actually you have noticed, or you have seen, I am sure that you have noticed in English, in the real life English, that they use more often this structure than whom. Whom it's a little bit strange because it's like too formal. Here, well, in the normal life, they prefer to use who and the preposition at the end, right? So for example, if I say one sentence is like, to whom, to whom it's dedicated. How could you transform this one using who?
Who is dedicated to?
Exactly. Who is dedicated to? So what they do is to put who, normally the common one, and move that preposition at the end. But if I want to do it correctly, if I want to speak properly, I should have to include the preposition before and then whom. Okay, so that is the difference between who and whom. Okay, is that clear?
Teacher, yeah, but I have a question.
Yes.
If I want to do a question with whom, can I say whom Are you calling or something like that, or no?
No, it's the same. In that case, they include the preposition before. So, for example, you could say, to whom are you calling? It sounds very strange,
Oh,
So, to
yeah.
whom are you calling? It's because we are not used to use it, right? We are used to say, who are you calling to? That's the most common
Uh-huh.
one, right? But the normal way, well, not the normal way, the correct way, let's say the proper way, it will be using to and then the preposition, the preposition and then the whom, okay?
Okay, teacher, very clear. Yeah.
Okay, good. Bueno, very good. That was like a little capsule from the last class. Well, now we're going to start our class, and this class today, it's going to be talking about something that we love to do. Well, personally, it's something that I love to do, and it's sleeping, right? I would like to ask you two questions to start, and then we continue with the rest of the topic. Mahom, could you please help me reading the first question here, honey?
Yes. What do you do before going to sleep?
What do you do?
I have to answer.
Yeah.
Well, I brush my teeth. I put my pajamas on. I pray. I look on social media.
Which
And
one?
then sleep.
Because we have a special social media before sleeping.
Instagram.
TikTok, Instagram. Okay, very good. Perfect.
Yes. I am
So-
an Instagram girl.
Okay, wow, good, excellent. So she brushes her teeth, she prays, she puts on her pajamas, and she watches or she looks at her social media. Okay, very good. Pero what do you do before going to sleep, my brother?
I just watch the news,
Okay.
and
I mean, the news on TV or on your cell phone?
yes, on TV, and just a TV series, maybe, and no more teacher.
That's it, just watching TV in general, series, news, different things on TV, right? Okay, very good. And Sarita, what about you?
Me, I made the lunch for the next day for my son's lunch. I organize all the clothes and stuff he needs. I went to sleep and watch TV series, I think, and that's it.
That's it. So like it's like a mommy routine, no? Like preparing everything for the day, for the next day with your son, and then we're going to rest a little bit, no? So that's it.
Yes.
This is very good. And what about after waking up? What do you do after waking up? For example, in my case, after waking up, I brush my teeth and I usually I check on my cell phone, like on my personal cell phone, later on the work cell phone. But that's what I do. Brush my teeth. That's the first thing that I do. And then I check my cell phone. And after that, I prepare my breakfast. What about you? What do you do after waking up?
I made my son's breakfast and then take him for the school and then start to work.
Okay. So
Yeah.
he doesn't catch the bus to school. You take him.
No. Yeah, I take him.
Okay. Perfect. That's it. Okay, Sarita. Thanks. Pedro, what about you, bro?
Teacher, depends on the day. Some days I, after waking up, I am going to the park and run more or less 30 minutes. And the other days I just wake up more late and just take a shower and make my breakfast.
Okay. Good. Very good. Excellent. That's it. So that's great. So, Maho, what do you do after waking up, honey?
Well, the first thing is to pray. I am a Christian girl, so that's so important for me. I try not to check my phone as soon as I wake up, and then I brush my teeth, prepare my coffee. I can't start the day without a coffee, and yeah, that's it.
That's it. Good. Very good. Okay, good. I have a simple question, and it's how many hours do you sleep? Usually, how many hours do you sleep? Because I suppose that you sleep like what? 7 hours, 6 hours, depending on the day. Usually, how many hours do you sleep?
I usually sleep 7 or 8 hours.
Okay, they're required. What is necessary?
Yeah, teacher.
Okay, got it. Very good. Excellent. Sarah, what about you? How many hours do you sleep?
Hi, teacher. Sometimes, sometimes I just sleep 5 hours, but I try to sleep 8, 9. But it's so hard because I have to do a lot of things before I go to sleep.
That's the difficult part of being a mother, no? So you have to do a lot
I
of
know.
things, and my God.
Don't be a mother or father, please. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my God, a poor little thing. Okay, Sarita, thank you. And Majo, how many hours do you sleep? 6, 7, 8?
I try to sleep like 7 or 8, but sometimes it's just impossible because I arrive from work and I have to learn and memorize things for the next day. And also I sleep like 12 or 1 in the morning, and I have to go to work like 6 in the morning. Not all days, but sometimes like I don't know. Sometimes I sleep like 4 or 5 hours, and sometimes 8.
And
It
you're just
depends.
wasting your time here with the teacher Leonardo. Oh my God, no.
No.
Okay, thank you so much. Well, very good. That it's going to take me to my next question. Like, well, usually the people are divided into different groups, like depending on the mood that they have, depending the hour of the day. We have the early birds, which is like a morning person, but the technical term is early birds. And we have also the night owls, the people who are more like a night person, like an evening night person. So an early bird, it's a person that, of course, is going to be more comfortable waking up early, likes to do the things in the morning, likes to, for example, like Pedro, go to run very early, exercise very early. They feel good waking up early, no? And a night owl, it's a person that wakes up late, or if it wakes up later, early, it's because he has to, not because he wants to, But for example, on a weekend, it's a person that usually is going to wake up early and usually feel more comfortable doing the things at night or in the afternoon, right? Me, myself, I consider myself like a night owl. That's why I work at night, no? Because I prefer to wake up late. I also go to the bed very late, like 1 or 2 a.m. And I wake up like at, 8 or 9 a.m. I usually also sleep like 6, 7, 8 hours maximum. But I prefer to exercise in the afternoon. I prefer to work in the afternoon. I feel more comfortable, like my mind it's more awake. You? So what about you? How do you consider? Do you consider like an early bird or like an night owl? What do you think?
Teacher, I am early bird, but on weekends I am a night owl.
Okay. So you are like a late rate. I mean, you are just an early bird because you have to, but you would like to sleep more.
I love sleep. I If I can sleep all day,
I
I
would.
did it. I would, but no, I won't.
We have responsibilities, so we can't, no?
Yeah,
Perfect.
yeah, I can't.
Okay, Sarita, thank you so much. Majo, what about you? Early bird, night owl? I would say early bird.
Night owl.
No way, seriously?
Yes, yes. Even if I don't have to do some work at night, I just enjoy like staying
Up.
awake at night
Uh-huh.
because I feel like peace, like nobody expects anything from me at that hour. So I don't know. For me, staying awake at night is like peaceful.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
The cell phone is not ringing.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't
I
receive
just
any text messages.
I just can do everything and nobody's gonna care about it.
Good, Majo, good, excellent. I think the same. That's why I love the night. And Pedro,
I am a early bird teacher, even the weekends. I try to wake up late the weekends, but I can't. I just wake up at 6 a.m. So I have to do something.
yeah,
I can't sleep.
your body is already accustomed to wake up early, so even if you want, you cannot sleep later.
Yes, teacher.
Okay,
Right.
very good. But remember that when we use weekends, it's with the preposition on. So you said even on weekends, right? Even on weekends, you sleep late. Okay, you sleep early. Okay, good. So in this case, the idea, of course, it was talking a little bit about the sleeping routine that we have. If you notice the questions that I did at the beginning, they had two adverbs. The first one, which was before, and the second one, which was after. When we talk about usually about a routine, a sleeping routine in this case, but can be exercising routine, working routine, or whatever kind of routine, we're going to use time adverbs. No, the time adverbs actually are some words. This one we have seen it before, ya los hemos visto, no? So before and after, which are going to help me to give order to what happened in what moment, what happened after waking up, what happened before going to sleep, what happened, da, da, da. And in this case, we have one thing, like after these verbs, I used verbs in gerund. Do you know why is that happening? Why am I using verbs in gerund in this case? Any ideas? No? Okay, so I'm going to tell you right away. Well, there are some different adverbs of time or time adverbs, yes, which are going to be like used the same as as always for giving order to the events in a day, in a routine, or in any time expression, right? After, you know why that? While, what is the meaning of while? I forget.
Mientras.
Mientras, and bueno, right after, which is like justo después, right? And the same is gonna happen with before, no? So before and right before. It also works with right before, which is like, okay, the opposite of after, and right before is justo antes de, right? Here we have these adverbs, but at the same time we have others, no? So we have ever since. What is the meaning of ever since? What is the meaning of that? Any ideas? No?
I know, but not in Spanish.
Okay, well, in Spanish it doesn't have
Explain.
like a clear
Like
meaning, but
de- like u- una vez no, like I don't know.
it's going to be desde basically, right? So, but we know that it's different from since because I mean, ever since is going to tell me as something that is happening ever since other thing happened, right? So ever since I graduated from school, I never woke up early again since that moment. It's a synonym of from the moment. From the moment I graduated from the school I never woke up early again, right? So it's going to be a synonym of from the moment. We have as soon as or once. We know what is that, like immediately after. Until, what's the meaning of until?
Hasta.
Hasta, very good. And we have whenever or every time. What's the meaning of that?
En cualquier momento.
En cualquier momento, very good. So, o siempre que, right? So in this case, we are going to have adverbs of time. These ones and the other ones. But there is a difference between the first one and the second one. When I have the first adverbs, I can make shorter the sentence, right? So when I have these adverbs, it is not possible. When I have the first adverbs after, before, and while, it's possible to reduce the sentence, right? By using a gerund, with the condition that the two sentences have the same subject. For example, when I say, after I wake up, comma, I brush my teeth. Yeah. So in that case, when I say after I brush my teeth, after I wake up, I brush my teeth, in both sentences, I have the same subject. After I wake up, I brush my teeth. If I want, it's not necessary, it's optional, I can reduce the first sentence doing this, eliminating the subject and transforming this verb into the ing form. So if I want to reduce it, it would be after waking up, comma, I brush my teeth. Right? But be careful, only can happen if the subject is the same in both ideas. Remember that these adverbs are going to be simply connectors that are going to take two actions or two sentences or two situations and are going to give them an order. Yes? So I said, okay, first I wake up and then I brush my teeth. Easy. But in both sentences, I have the same subject. So what I can do using after, before, and while, it's reducing the first clause by like eliminating the subject, the first subject, and transforming the verb into the ing. Ready? For example, if I say, before I go to bed, comma, I pray, how can I reduce this sentence if I want to make it shorter?
Before going to bed, I pray.
As easy as that. Very good. So it would be before going to bed. Before going to bed, I pray. What is doing this thing? Is simply giving order between the two actions. And as a normal connector, it's going to have the possibility to be at the beginning and then the two sentences in the middle, a comma, or the sentence number one, the connector in the middle, and then the other sentence. For example, I can say, I pray before going to bed, or I brush my teeth after waking up, which is basically the questions that I asked before, right? So what do you do before going to sleep? Before going to sleep, comma, I pray, I prepare my son's lunch, I watch TV. In my case, I play video games, and also before going to bed, I watch my teeth and talk to my wife, so that's before going to sleep. And the same, after waking up, also, comma, yeah. So after waking up, I brush my teeth. After waking up, I drink my coffee. After waking up, blah, blah, blah. Or I can do it on the other way. I drink my coffee after waking up. I brush my teeth after waking up. I brush my teeth before going to sleep. Ready? And it can happen also with while. Just that, of course, when I say while, is an expression which is simultaneous. It means two actions that happen at the same time, right? For example, while I play video games, I listen music. Remember, the sentence that I can reduce is the sentence that is after the adverb. Ready? If I want to make this sentence and I want to reduce one of them, how would you do it?
Before, while playing by video games, I listen music.
That's great. While playing video games, I listen music, or I listen music while playing video games, right? So in that case, well, in this case, it doesn't matter which one is with ing because it's simultaneous to both actions that happen at the same time. But in this case, remember, it's important that the connector is preceding the verb that is in ing, right? Before going to sleep, I brush my teeth. After waking up, I drink my coffee, cha, cha, cha. So with the other expressions, I can do the same, except that in this case, I cannot reduce the sentence, right? For example, well, all of these, of course, are used also for talking, organizing events, ready? Before, we have seen it in the past, no? When we talk about life little lessons, when we say, see, as soon as I finish the school, da, da, da. But I can also use this kind of adverbs in the present simple for talking about my routine, right? For example, until I wake up, until I wake up fully, I mean completely, you know, until I fully wake up, I turn on my phone. Before, no, until I wake up fully, I turn on my phone, right? Or for example, from the moment I drink my coffee, I feel more active. It's an example. I am not a coffee dependent, but it's an example. No? So you get it. From the moment I drink my coffee, comma, you know, I feel more active. Yeah. The same can happen here. As soon as I brush my teeth, I run to my job. I'll say it's an example, right? So I can use also these kind of expressions or these kind of time adverbs in order to talk about my routine. It's simple, it's a connector, yes? This is all of that is complementary to our previous week, because in the previous week we were talking about how can we connect ideas. We can connect ideas with relative clauses. We can connect ideas with connectors of contrast like however, nevertheless, on the other hand, despite, right? And also we can connect ideas using time adverbs, depending on the connection that we want, right? Questions about it? Questions of any of these expressions? Difficulties, problems? No, is that all right?
No
right.
question, teacher.
No question. Very good. So let's go to a practical activity. Over here. Well, in the screen, there are going to appear some sentences. What you have to do is to complete it. Ready? So complete the sentence according to your information, but it can be real or it can be an invented example. Doesn't matter. Ready? Number one, my dear Sarah. Oh, sorry, here.
After waking up, I go to make lunch, breakfast.
Exactly. So after waking up, I go to make yeah.
Bre-
You confuse me and you confuse me.
I'm sorry.
To make breakfast, right? So muy bien, very good. So she could say after waking up or after I wake up, I go to make breakfast. So both options are all right. Thank you, Sarita.
Teacher,
Eh,
question.
yes, of course.
Stop. So can I say before I wake up, I go to make breakfast,
After.
or yeah,
Before, no,
yeah,
because
after I wake up, yeah, after I wake up, I can go. I go to make breakfast.
Mhm.
Can I say like that? And then, or is the same both?
Yeah, it's
If I
exactly the
say
same.
waking up before, after waking up, is the same like after I wake up.
Exactly, it's exactly the same.
Yeah, and it's
Yes.
correct.
Yes. The only thing
Okay.
is that to remember that both sentences have to have the same subject. So, for example, if I say, after I wake up, comma, my son, no sé, comes to me. In that case, I cannot reduce it, no lo puedo reducir because the subject is different. In the first one, it's I, and the second one is my son. So in that case, the sentence has to stay the way, right? But if the sentence is the same, if the sentence has the same subject, after I wake up, I, no sé, I drink coffee. Yeah, in that case, the subject is the same, I and I. There is where I can reduce it. So instead of saying after I wake up, I say after waking up, but it's exactly the same. Okay?
Thank you, teacher.
Perfect. That's it. Bueno, let's go. My brother Pedro. Ay, sorry.
Before going to bed, I brush my teeth.
Wonderful. Very good. Majo.
As soon as I have come back home, I uh, mm, mm, wash my hands.
Oh, it's important, no? Now after the pandemic, it's important as soon as you come back home, wash your hands. Thank you, Majo. Good. Sarita.
While I try to fall asleep, I watch TV.
Good, very good. Pedro.
Right before taking a shower, I just open the, how do you say, the hot water.
Okay, got it. Very good. So right before taking a shower, he opens the hot water. Okay, very good. Majo.
Until I feel totally awake, I check social media.
Good, important. That's it. Very good. Sarita.
While having lunch, I take away my phone.
Okay, very good. I put away. Put away my
Oh, I
phone.
put away. Okay,
Okay,
put
it's
away.
important. Yes. Reading or checking social media while eating is not good. So it's not recommendable. Good. Muy bien. Pedro, while commuting, commuting is the traject or the trip, the journey that you do from the house to the work, and then from the work to the house.
While commuting back home, I I think about my workday.
Good, yeah. That's what normally people do, no? So we start reflecting on our job, on did I do right? Did I miss something? Oh my God, good. Exactly, very good. And I should, sorry. This one, Maho.
As soon as I start watching TV or series, I I don't know. As soon as I start watching TV or series, I don't know what
But
to say.
for
I get
example, in my case, as soon as I start watching TV or series, I forget about my phone because I like to be very focused
okay,
on the
well,
things
I
I'm watching.
forget about
You forget about,
life in general.
okay, very good, excellent. Other
Korean
people, yes,
yes,
come.
Korean series.
Ah, well, yes, if it's something Korean, nothing. I lost Maria Jose, just like we lost her.
Yes, completely.
Okay, other people indifferent to us, like other people, as soon as they start watching TV or series, they start chatting. So they are not really watching us, so they are just putting some background noise. Other people, as soon as they start watching TV or series, they fall asleep. So it depends on the person, no? So
Okay, okay. No, I
Teacher,
get so
teacher,
concentrated.
I start to play with my phone.
you see, so that I started playing with the phone. Exactly like that. Very good. So bueno, good. So guys, in this case, as you saw, we can use the different adverbs of time, yes, for connecting our ideas. So of course, it's a connection focus on the time relationship, but it's a connection anyway. I can say, of course, like I start playing with my cell phone as soon as I start watching TVs or series, right? Tomorrow, what was the other one? Sorry, let me move it here. I start thinking on my working day while commuting back home or while I commute back home, right? Or
Teacher,
for example, yes,
sorry, commuting in Spanish, what does it mean? I
we don't
get
have
the
a
meaning, but
we don't have a word for that, honey. It's like the
no.
action of going back home, like no, not back home, like the traject that we do every day from work, from house to the place that we usually go. Could be university, could be the office. So, but we don't have a verb for that in Spanish.
Okay, okay. I
Yeah,
get it.
that's it. So in that case, well, we can use these adverbs for connecting ideas in a relationship dedicated to the time, right? Always remember that the connectors, they can have two different positions, right? I can use the connector at the beginning using a comma for linking the two ideas over this connector, right? Or I can use the connector in the middle, yeah, in which case I don't have to use any commas, right? For example, as soon as I wake up, as soon as I wake up, the action number one, yes, I drink a glass of water, the action number two. Yeah, so I said, okay, the relationship of time is as soon as this happened, then the other thing happened. Or if I want to do it on the other way, if I don't want to start with the connector, I can do it like this. So, okay, I drink a glass of water as soon as I wake up, right? In what case is better to use one or the other? Well, basically they are the same, but for example, when we are starting a paragraph or when we start a text, yes, we usually can start with the adverb before or first to make emphasis on the time. If it's like a sentence which is in the middle of the paragraph or it's in the middle of other ideas, I would recommend to use this one because it's not so important the adverb, but the whole idea is important. But when we are starting a paragraph or something like that, it's a good idea to start with a connector. Maybe an adverb, maybe a connector of the ones that we saw before, despite, although, on the other hand, you see, all of that. So, as I go on, questions, difficulties, problems.
It's good. It's good, teacher.
It's good, right? Bueno, okay, good, very good. Then, of course, in our sleeping routine depends on many things that we have in our day, right? So, for example, let's see here. What does it take? Like, what does it need? What do you need? What does it take? It's like, ¿qué se necesita? What does it take for you to have a terrible night? What does it take for you to have a terrible night? What makes your nights impossible to sleep or
Cramps,
everything like that? Tell me, Maho?
cramps,
Problems?
cramps.
Cramps. Oh my God. I suppose. Oh, I mean, I don't know, but I suppose that it's horrible.
Terrible, horrible,
Okay. And
catastrophic.
do you have like those home remedies, like the hot water bag or something
Yes,
like that?
but it is still horrible. like hot water and that stuff, but
Okay, so the cramps are a very, very bad thing for Maria Jose. Okay, very good. Excellent, Majo. Sarita, Pedro, for you, what does it take for you to have a terrible night?
For me, it's a lot. When
Okay,
I ate too much,
a
that
heavy
makes me,
stomach.
yeah.
Okay, also bad. That's it. Very good. Excellent. Okay. And Pedro, for you?
Mm, in some cases, when I had to travel because my job, I had terribly nice because the insects, the flies, and the weather of the place.
Because of the weather.
Yeah,
Hmm. Okay, okay, good. That's it, very good. In my case, I think that the problems, if I have problems like unsolved, if I feel stressed, that is a night that I'm not gonna sleep at all. I can sleep if I have cold or something like that, but if I have problems, no, because I keep thinking and I cannot sleep, right? On the other hand, what is something that most of the people like don't like, but for you is not important, that you don't feel affected by that when we talk about sleeping? For example, in my case, the weather is not important for me. You know, I can sleep if it's hot, if it's cold, that doesn't matter. I don't feel affected by that. What about you? Maybe the noise, maybe the
no
problems you said. Hmm?
noise. I can sleep with noise, with bad weather, with whatever. I just sleep with
Okay,
everything.
okay, okay. So Majo has a very heavy sleep.
Yes.
Very good, excellent. That's it. Okay, what about the others? Something that it's not important for you, that it's irrelevant for sleeping. No, nothing.
Teacher, I think for me, the problems are not the problem for not to sleep. It's not a problem for me because I separate my life and my time to rest to all the problems around me.
Oh my God.
I
Tara, you
just
have to teach me
think
how do you
about
do
me.
that?
No, I think the breathe. Yeah, I make a exercise, breathe exercise,
Uh-huh.
and that makes me feel good and
Okay,
relax.
very good. That's it. Okay. And for Pedro, anything, bro?
I agree with Sarah. I think that the most of the problems just take a couple of days or 1 week. The and it disappear.
Okay. But I mean, is there something that you said like most of the people are affected by this when sleeping, but for me it's not important? Maybe, maybe not. For
Yes,
example, for dime, Pedro, yes, again. Tell me, brother, one more time, please.
yes. Most of the problems can affect to the people,
Uh-huh.
but those problems just take I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 weeks to solve it. So we have we find or we will find the way to solve it. So
Okay, okay, got it.
that's my point.
Okay, my friend.
Teacher, for me, the other thing, the snore. The people who snore, for me, is not a problem
Okay, okay. So it's
because I'm a
related with the
rock.
noise, no?
Yeah,
Mhm.
I don't care.
So you can sleep next to a tractor and no problem, next to a truck, and it's all right. Okay, very good. Well, so in this case, we're going to have like different ways or different kind of ideas. In this way, or in this group of ideas, we are talking about things that are very relevant for our night of sleep. that if it happens, it's going to affect a lot, sorry, right? But in this case, in this group of ideas, we're having things that are irrelevant, that we don't care. Like if it happens or it doesn't happen, never mind, because we are not going to be affected by that. Also, according to the connector kind of that we have, right? We can have connectors by talking about the time expressions, no? By talking about y, ddt, okay? So we can have those kind of connectors. We can have connectors by talking about the contrast, no? So even though, although, despite, we can have connectors regarding the subject, who, when, where, the relative pronouns. And also we can have connectors depending the importance of our both ideas, right? Which are the next one, these ones that we have here, right? For example, we have the first connector, which is even if. Any idea what is the meaning of even if?
Incluso sí.
Incluso sí, it's something which is irrelevant, that it doesn't matter this condition, the consequence is going to be real. It doesn't matter if the condition is present or not. For example, we're going to have that Sarah can sleep well, right? Even if her husband snores a lot. You know, even if her husband, just one, right? Husband snores a lot, right? It's not important because she said, I don't care about the snoring. No problem, yes? So in that case, we have these kind of connectors that we're going to see the next class. It's like just an introduction. It's the connectors, or these connectors are going to help me to match my ideas, but depending the importance or depending the relationship that they have between the same idea, right? It's similar to what is the influence of one action on the other, if it's important or if it's not important about it. We're going to have considering that. What is the meaning of considering that?
Considerando que.
Considerando que, very good. Now that.
Ahora que.
Ahora que, whether or not.
¿Por qué no? Okay.
No, that's different. It's a
Ah.
synonym. It's a synonym of even if, o sea, incluso si sí o no. Como si sí o si no, it doesn't matter, right? Whether or not. As long as. As long as. Bueno, that's homework.
Tanto como.
My God, almost.
I know, but I don't know in Spanish.
In Spanish, it's a little bit difficult. Siempre y cuando, right? Siempre y cuando, as long as. Unless, what's the meaning of unless?
A menos que.
A menos que, very good. Just in case.
Por si acaso.
Por si acaso o en caso que, very good. And the last one, only, bueno, only if, and it's the same, just that we have two possibilities of organization, but it's the same. Only if. What's the meaning of only if?
Solo sí.
Solo si. So for our class tomorrow, we're going to work on some other ways that we can connect ideas, right? That we can introduce more ideas and connect them, all of them, depending on the intention that I have, right? So this was like a short introduction to the second kind of connectors of this week, which are the connectors depending the influence of one action on the other, ready? Different from the previous one that we have seen, connectors by time, connectors by subject, connectors by contrast. These ones are going to be connectors of influence, if it's influential or not, the first action on the second one. Ready? Guys, questions about it so far until the moment?
No, teacher.
It's fine, teacher.
It's fine. Ready. So we have the second class tomorrow. I think that everybody has program. Yes, everybody has the class program, right?
Right.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. So see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. we're gonna be working on this kind of connectors, and that's it. Okay, so thank you for being here for tonight.
Tomorrow
Thank you
is
for the
not
attention.
8.
Is that?
Thank you.
Yes, it's not. Mhm.
Yeah. You are totally right, Majo. Thank you. Tomorrow is
Okay.
at 8 p.m. Okay, good. Yes. Ready? So see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. Thank you for being here, and that's it. Okay. See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Thank you, teacher. Bye bye.
Sleep tight.
Goodbye.
Bye, guys. See you.